CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the Chicken is here. We're back today with another Boom Beach video. Today I wanted to talk about the difference between Boom Beach in 2025 back to maybe, you know, some newer players coming in that remember playing the game in like in its heyday, excuse the Supercell game pun, back in like 2015, 2016, 2017, just to go over kind of where we're at now with the game, all, you know, a brief overview of all of the new changes, warships, how that works, and that kind of thing, because I feel like Boom Beach really is slept on, not only in terms of just like the Supercell games, which obviously it gets, you know, the bottom of the barrel in terms of advertising and marketing and that kind of thing, but as a mobile game in general, I feel like it's slept on. Now, everyone knows that the game is huge in China, and those guys take the game, you know, very, very seriously. It's a little bit different because they're on like a separate server with their government rules and that kind of thing. But I think that does say a lot, you know. It's got the people that do play this game still, or the new players that came in and played all the time. It's more of a like hardcore kind of dedicated community, I would say. And there's reasons for that, which we're going to go over in this video. And if you want to see more about Boom Beach, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I do appreciate it, guys. You pick up any of these build more offers we got on for the next week. I'll probably get the extra builder. That's going to be nice with the crab. And yeah, appreciate you throw the code chicken in the shop for any and all of those things, guys. It does help to support, and I do appreciate it. So thank you to those of you that do that. So I think the biggest change in you know, we'll start going back a bit. So the biggest change is warships. Now, if you don't know what warships is, a lot of you guys that, well, everyone that watches my videos knows what warships is, but it's a PvP. It's a PvP style of game format where you go up against another player in real time and you have to take down each other's base the fastest. We get a tech tree each season. Everything's in different orders. It's basically like a puzzle that you have to kind of solve the meta for that day, and also play with in mind of, you know, how many keys you have and how many upgrade tokens that you have to be able to unlock stuff towards the end of the season. And it's a really fun and engaging thing that really drastically changed the game. Like, this is like a separate game in Boom Beach of itself, and it's you know, it's been the best thing, the best update that's ever come to this game. The warship side of things, in my opinion at least, it kind of drastically changed everything, and it gave us a really good, solid, competitive way of playing the game without just doing operation attacks. So operations haven't really changed from back in the day. Your team, your task force, you get 24 hours to take down a set of bases. You know, you take those down, you get force points, and you can chase your force points onto the task force leaderboards. And those go in sets of 5, 10, 25, 50. That's all the same. That's all the same. So aside from that, we've had a lot of different changes to the main base as well. And for the most part, the PvP in Boom Beach has relatively stayed the same. And what a lot of people talk about with the PvP in the main base, which is not really something I participate in anymore, as you can see from my trophies, I mostly focus on warships. I still like upgrading my base and that kind of thing, but I have not pushed for a long while. But the problem is most people have, and it still exists, is that you can, you know, if you're super low level, you can, or even a lower mid level, you can find max level bases, you know, somewhat consistently depending on your victory point level. So I mean, it can be difficult to clear your map sometimes depending on your play style, what you got loaded out. But typically the general consensus has been, and probably always will be, to rush your base. There's no punishment in Boom Beach for, like, compared to Clash of Clans, for rushing your HQ. You kind of want to do that so you can unlock all the offense, get more statues, and that kind of thing. Now, the statues are really what I believe made Boom Beach so exciting in the beginning. The statues and the flares, because it launched, you know, a few years after Clash of Clans, and it was kind of like a Clash of Clans 2.0 where you could do a little bit more stuff in terms of the battling system. So the statues stay the same. You know, we've got a lot of new troops that have different features and that kind of thing. We get temporary gunboat abilities now. But the most recent biggest change has been this. This is what we call the engraver. The engraver is essentially a second set of statues. So you can upgrade your different engravings, and they do different things. So you can see this one gives 7% additional gunboat energy for each building destroyed, increases damage for barrage and artillery, increases your unit's movement speed and attack. So you can farm these with shards that you find from taking down stuff on the main base. So that's been a really cool way of being able to really just kind of customize your attack strategy. And do we have any, see if any of these guys have engraver bonuses on, because they do show up on the replays now. Yeah, right there. So decreases enemy defensive statues effectiveness by 27%. That's crazy. That's crazy. So he's got his regular statues here with the gunboat energy, troop health, and troop damage, but then it also shows the engraver bonuses as well. So it's like a whole secondary set of statues, which is really crazy. And that's something that they just came out with recently. In terms of defensive buildings, the biggest change has probably been the critter launchers. When these guys first came out, they were ridiculously strong. They could shut down an entire attack because they shot out critters. And they function the same as they do for you on offense, but they would attack your troops and distract them on defense. And they're in a good place now, so I mean they're still very strong, but not nearly as much of a nuisance as they used to be. So we also have bunkers. Bunkers are interesting because they effectively function like a clan castle in Clash of Clans. You can store troops inside of these, so I can put, depending on the space, I can put, I think bombardiers are considered the best one. I can put bombers, I can put different styles of troops in there, and they function the same way kind of that the critter launcher critters do, that they attack your troops, and they also distract them, which is kind of the biggest thing. So they'll get pulled away, they'll get sucked in towards the troops that come out of... Sorry, I just realized that my game sound was on fairly loud. I don't think it was, I just listened to it, it seemed okay to me, but sorry about that. I think you still hear everything I said, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, so the bunker's cool. It pulls your troops in, distracts them, that kind of thing. We've got, obviously, tons of new levels of troops. We've got HQ. We have skins now, which is really cool. So you can dress up your villagers, your buildings, your troops. Your island skin, obviously, which is a big different one. There's a bunch of kind of crazy, like... This was the Halloween skin, which was kind of stuff made of nightmares, but still pretty cool to be able to customize stuff like that. So I mean, I think it's slept on, and I think it's really an amazing game, and especially the warships aspect. Like I honestly feel like there's just nothing like that out there. Like there's nothing really similar to Boom Beach. Like you don't play this and you think of like, oh, it's a Clash of Clans clone. Like sure, if you only play the main base on like the most basic way possible, sure, you might think that. And, you know, like that dysfunctional guy that made that video recently where it got like 300,000 views or something like that. And he was talking about how the game was bad, essentially. And, you know, the guy, I don't know if he'd even played the game. Well, I mean, he obviously didn't play the game, but I don't think he played it for like more than 5 minutes to even make his video or like do any research or anything. Because he had no idea what he was talking about. And... you know, people see that kind of stuff and they're like, oh yeah, this game sucks. It's like, no, it doesn't. It's just nobody's, you know, given it the time to really look at what the game actually is now. Because like the head-to-head style of Warships, like sure, there's some things that could be smoothed out and, you know, I get it. The game's written on ancient code and they can only do so much, you know, to fix that or to make it better without making an actual Boom Beach 2.0. But for what it is, like it works great, and it's really fun. It's super addictive, and you can play really as much or as little as you want and still have a lot of fun with it. So that's kind of my state of the game for Boom Beach 2025. And going forward, if we look at the last year or so, there's a period of time where Boom Beach did not get a lot of significant updates or changes or really like a lot of stuff. Like we were kind of just going through the motions with this game. We recently got a new dev team like a year ago and they've been cranking out updates and content. So I mean, You know, there's a huge player base there. Still millions of people play this game every day. Dev team's doing a fantastic job of keeping things fresh, interesting, working. You know, there's still a plethora of Boom Beach YouTubers out there, so there's lots in the YouTube space. Active communities on Reddit, Discord, wherever you like to go. So yeah, it's in really great shape, especially compared to like the last 4 years or so. I feel like it's been doing better than ever. So just wanted to make a video, just kind of state of the game, talk about where the game's at for right now, because I feel like it's always kind of an interesting topic, and you know, if we can get more new players in, then that's obviously good for everybody. So hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think, and I'm gonna see if I can edit that sound a little bit, but I think it was fine. I had the game sound effects off, so it should just be music, and yeah. So anyways, thank you guys, appreciate you, and we'll catch you next one. Chicken out.